emptiness. So Madhyamaka is now second Mahayana schools Buddhism. And the Madhyamaka has three schools. Or there's quite three different, but big one in the teaching mentioned two. Swatantra Madhyama school and the Prasanga Madhyama schools. In the Tibet it's called Rangjipa, Wama Tanjarpa. Those are two but big famous philosophy schools, two schools. And what is the view of these schools? View is in the teaching mentioned both sees every phenomena existing is emptiness. Everything is emptiness state. All phenomena is existing, which really establishing two truth, relative truth and absolute truth. All these phenomena existing, the relative truth, all this is in the nature is emptiness. The relative truth, there is no substantial solid existing entity whatsoever. Is all absolute level is the emptiness. On the relative level, it appears as magically through the interdependent coordination systems, through the interdependent coordination, many combination of all the cause and the conditions appears as magically appeared. Because the way it is appearing is magically, where it comes, when the beginning time when it comes is magically, it is like magically existence. And it is dissolving also magically kind of like it's all, there's no substantial solid existing entity at all. It is all like magical displays, relative truth. And the absolute level is totally emptiness. This emptiness and the relative emptiness of absolute truth, relative truth of the apparent magic display, both are inseparable union status. So that's what here also teaching mentioned that all see the everything as emptiness. So it's emptiness entity, like there is no substantial existence, but at a relative level it is everything is functioning as it is, and that is the really about the view of the Madhyamaka schools. And then in the teaching of in these two famous schools, Swatantra Madhyamaka school and Prasanga Madhyamaka schools, so it's slightly different to establishing that and to emphasize of the emptiness of the true nature as it is. And the Swatantra Madhyamaka schools, according to teaching and many great masters often said, they said emptiness is on in absolute level is emptiness. On a relative level, everything as existing as it is. So they have slightly two kind of different steps. The absolute level is the emptiness. Relative level, everything as it is, or magically existing. So not immediately say everything is an emptiness status, or emptiness is form is emptiness, not immediately establishing. So making two steps, in a way one steps. First is there is the absolute level, there is no nothing is existing. As the gracious teacher Buddha taught in a Heart Sutra, for example, every talk, no eye, no form, no nose, no tongue, all that is an absolute levels, not negating on the relative truth. That's what the Swatantra Madhyamaka schools say. Is not negating that. And that is also more kind of like what's called more practical for the common average person. Immediately, for example, we meditate, there is no egoless, no egos, no egolessness. So that means on the relative level, we have the ego, or we have the I. But it's not something existing, solid existing, just a notion. We have ego. But absolute level, no ego. So that is how kind of step by step this was. So Swatantra Madhyamaka school kind of mainly in the teachings. Who are the masters of Svatantra Madhyamaka school? Famous one that we know. For example, our great master, Shandarakita, in a Kamal Hila. And Shandarakita is a teacher known as the Jnana Garbha. Those are named as like Madhyamaka, Svatantra Madhyamaka schools. And then Nagarjuna is the father of all the Madhyamaka schools. Is not divided into Vedi, Svatantra Madhyamaka, and nor Prasanga Madhyamaka is the founder of the Madhyamaka schools. Within the Madhyamaka school, then division comes later. Afterward, Nagarjuna, Svatantra Madhyamaka school, and Prasanga Madhyamaka school, those are teaching mentioned. So it's really, I'm talking really about how that happened. But both are, that is a view of the, both in the absolute level is the emptiness. The great master Shandarakita also said in his very famous philosophy text, Madhyamaka Alankara, in the absolute level, there is even negation is not existing. Negation is not existing, and that means what? We may say that no I. No I means also conception. That is also not really existing, because absolute goes beyond the existing and non-existing, beyond. But he said, since there is no I mean, also in his teaching, Shandarakita said in his teaching, in the absolute level there is no birth, no death. That's Nagarjuna said. No birth and no death, or no birth, no ceasing, no ceasing. Ceasing. So in the Shandarakita there is no birth. In the absolute level there is no birth, even even there is no negation existence. Negation is not existing. That means negation, holding negation is grasping, clinging. That is hindrance of the enlightenment or realization. So that is. And the Prasanga Madhyamaka schools, the great masters such as Chandrakirtis and the Shanti Devas, those are in teaching in him. And then so many others. In the Tibet is mostly following the Prasanga Madhyamaka school, but however also they followed Prasanga Madhyamaka, follow the Svatantra Madhyamaka schools too. So those are really about the explanation of the, according again Dzogchen point view, and holding on the view of the emptiness is again the detour of the enlightenment realizations. And with that, and then of course that's the view, and then their meditation is a meditating truth. Meditation has meditating of the true egolessness, egolessness of the phenomena, egolessness of the individually egolessness, and meditating on that state. That is the meditation combined with the then perfect, beautiful conduct. Those conducts are known as Mahayana, the Bodhisattva conduct, the conduct that will avoid all the negative activities, and morality that will avoid all the negativities, and morality that gathering all the virtuous activities, and morality that will help into all the beings according their readiness or according to your capabilities. Those are known as the three morality practices. Keeping up the three morality practices with the accumulated true merit, with the 6 paramatas, and meditating on the true egolessness status, and achieving the 4 kaya or 3 kaya step. The Buddha or advancing 5 bhumis and 10 bhumis, and then achieving the bodhisattva, achieving the enlightenment Buddhahood. So that is really about the Madhyamaka schools. Madhyamaka schools. So again, as I said, according to Dzogchen point of view, when you look from Dzogchen point of view, still they are holding into kind of more to emphasize too much on the emptiness. That's what the teaching here said too. So Madhyamaka, apparently the things, all things are as emptiness, that. Emptiness, that. And then next one is the Kriya Tantra, the practitioner of the Kriya